What's up, folks? Welcome back. This is going to be another TCG simulator with one of my One Piece red decks here. And in this one, I'm using the Brooks and also, I think I'm also using the Gum Gum Red Hawk as well. So if you all didn't know, I switch out parts of my deck every single day, trying to fine tune, trying to hone in on like the perfect combination of cards that I currently have or can get to really make the deck powerful and just a strong operating force. So in this go round, I'm going against Super Play, and it's a mirror match. So yeah, we're running Zoro, and I'm still also using my Into Years. I've taken those out recently, but I'm not sure if I want to keep those out because I love them on trigger for their usefulness to grab things like this. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here with Fordon. Do I want to bring out the Brook, or do I want to just go and bring out maybe Rush Sanji and then go in with the 2 attacks? The one thing with the Brooks, I find it is kind of slow. So it does cost 4 Don. So in the early game, it's kind of, I'm not gonna say trash, but it's kind of terrible to get. It's kind of trash in the early game, but it's also super useful in the early game. So it's kind of one of those things because it's slow in the beginning. It can't attack. It's very susceptible for, like, especially when against green, getting kicked back, even against blue, getting bounced back. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep the Brooks or not. Like, obviously the 2K counter Brooks are fantastic. The 1K counter Brook, I'm not too sure about. But here I'm trying to see if I want to, what I want to do, because I need to get rid of Sanji, I need to get rid of Zoro, because usually my plan is just to go straight to leader. But for this one, I want to try something different and see what happens when I start removing characters from the board. Now, of course, going against red, removing characters from board is great, but also kind of pointless because the next turn it could just be a rush all over again. So my question is what I want to do. So this one, I'm trying characters instead of focusing on the leader. You know, knock out the Zoro, then bring out my own Rush Sanji, and then my Sanji into, I think his Sanji, yeah, and then get rid of those. But now my issue is I only have two 2K counters and no blockers on field. Nico Robin's there, so that's useful as a counter as well. But we'll see how this is going to go. So he comes in with the Brook, which I guess Brook is nice to have on the field, but I'd rather keep him in the hands of a 2K counter. I think he's kind of useless on field, but that's just me. Here I'm just dropping the counters. Instead of letting, losing the life, I decided to just take the counters. Another 2K counter for my promo Luffy. But now at this point, I only have two attackers, really. I can bring out my Rush Luffy. But the question is, do I have enough to protect Rush Luffy or Sanji next go round? Yeah, so I decided not to give the Don to Sanji, just keep it at 5,000. That way I can bring out Rush Luffy because I have just 7 Don. So I can do the 7 Don for Rush Luffy to bypass the chopper and go straight in. But of course that leaves me kind of open because I won't have any blockers on field. But this go round I decided something different. I decided instead of doing my normal plan of going with the Rush Luffy, I decided to go with the 2 Luffys and the chopper. Now that was probably the worst thing I could have done. I probably could have just done one of the Luffys and then chopper, because now I have no counters in hand and just 1 blocker. So if he comes through with enough attacks, I'm done because I only have 2 life. So this might have been a good move in the early game, but at the end where I'm at now, not so much. Only sitting on 2 life. No. So it's just not. I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, I decided to block with that one. Because again, it doesn't really matter. I have no counters in hand to really make a difference. He comes with this attack. Oh, cool. No worries. Round table. Even this, I'm still running round table, which is not quite useful for me. And of course, he had Rush Sanji in hand, and I have 0 counters in hand to make anything happen. This guy told me I was trash at the end of it. He's not subscribing. And oh no, my heart hurts so bad. Blah.